Hi, my name's Alex. So kind of growing up in Maryland, I was a troubled teen, involved in some gang activity. So I thought the best way to get my life, to give myself a purpose and to, know where I'm going was to join the military, the Army Infantry. So I pursued a military career after high school because my other option was jail at that point as well. So then during the military, I did some kickboxing. I had a purpose. I felt like I was, doing what I was supposed to do. And then eventually I got out of the military.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I grew up feeling like I always knew God and Jesus were there. I feel like my parents did a really good job kind of instilling those values in us and just knowing we could always talk to Jesus if we were scared or hurt or whatever. And I grew up going to a Catholic school, and you kind of get the memorization and you learn this and that and the other thing, but I feel like I kind of missed the boat somewhat with that. And I kind of thought, hey, everybody thinks the same way I do. And as I got a little older to high school, you start to realize that, whoa, not that many people think like I do. And then I started to visit kind of a more assembly types of churches and started to learn more about God as a relationship versus God on paper and God in traditions. And I started to feel this pull for more, and that pull got stronger as I got older and into a young adult. And I just, you want to go your own way and you do your own things. And I guess looking back now, I didn't realize that I wasn't doing the right things till God kind of showed that in me.
Before I gave my life to Christ, that I was always searching for something that I couldn't quite find. Not necessarily anything in particular, but I ended up turning to addictions, to drinking and alcohol, smoking, tobacco, just living a reckless lifestyle. I felt like I was facing hurdles that I couldn't jump over. I don't know, I just felt hopeless at times.
Got out of the military, ended up moving to Minnesota, pursuing another fight career. And during that time, I felt like I had a purpose and a drive, but in all reality, it was the good old, square hole and then round peg. So it wasn't exactly fitting, and it was one where I noticed that I was kind of lost and didn't really have a purpose, and I was kind of on the losing end with the fighting aspect. And I believe that was God telling me like, hey, this void is not going to be filled by you pursuing athletic, earthly things as well. So I remember I ended up meeting Kelsey. We started dating, and then one day she came to me and she's like, I found this church. It's called Solid Rock. And I was like, okay. And then at first I was kind of apprehensive about it, but then she's like, oh, it's at the movie theaters. It's got some coffee. It's got some donuts. So I was like, okay. It's like worth checking out. I come from a Roman Catholic background, so it's all about suffering as well. So I got there, and Pastor Ryan was talking about actually having a relationship with Jesus Christ, and that kind of was that turning point or that light bulb moment of having that relationship with Jesus Christ, and then having the relationship with God. And then, it started filling a purpose, and it felt like I had purpose in life to fill that void.
So then my sister invited me to go to church. We were looking for a church, not really finding it, and I had to visit my old church to make sure I was doing the right thing. And the last time I went to my old church, I just didn't feel anything, and I was kind of bummed out, but knew it was the right answer for me to move forward looking. My sister invited me to Solid Rock, and I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I kind of thought I was going to go somewhere else that I had in mind. So I finally went, and the first worship song, just the most cleansing cry. God grabbed my heart and said, this is where I want you to be, and this is the direction I want you to go. So that was it for me. And pretty soon my husband started to go, and my relationship has grown so much because God pulled me there. He showed me what he wanted for me, and I've been seeking him on my own. It wasn't anything I learned as a kid. It was God showing me how to have a relationship with him.
I guess I just feel like everything was just such a fight in my life. Until March of 2011. It was a significant time in my life where actually my daughter, Kelsey, invited us to church. And previously we haven't gone to church in years. Told us about Solid Rock and how she would like us to come to support her. Actually, it was the third service that I attended and listened to Pastor Ryan's sermon. And at the end of the sermon, he asked if anyone wanted to give their life to Christ. And I felt the Holy Spirit filling me up, and I raised my hand. I felt full. I felt like I got something that I never had, and I felt great. I felt I had hope.
If I never met Jesus Christ, I'd still be one of those lost individuals, still fighting a losing fight as well, and just kind of wandering without a purpose, with a void. But ever since I've met him and had a relationship with Christ, I feel my life's more purposeful. I know how to live my life, and that void is actually gone.
If I had never met Christ, I would be hopeless. But since I've met him, I have hope. I mean, life is hard, and life lately has been really hard. But now, having God, I have something to hold on to in the storm. He's gonna get me through it, and anything I could ever thought was the right answer for me, he just knows so much better. And that's what I hold on to when life piles on you.
I feel like if I never met Christ, I'd still be broken. I'd be going down an empty road to nowhere. Now that I met Christ, I feel like I have hope and I have faith.
And that was my turning point.
That was my turning point.
And I feel like that was my turning point in my life.